What's going on, YouTube? It's Everything Broke Down, and it's your boy Clay. We breaking down The Arrival, the first episode of From, so make sure y'all stay tuned. Let's go. First thing first, Julie being able to just disappear after running into the man in yellow is interesting. I took it as she got pulled out. That's how she was able to disappear in this moment. The man in yellow quoting exactly what Ethan just told Julie in the diner isn't a coincidence, and I can't wait for them to bridge the connection that the man in yellow has with the residents. The man in yellow basically tells Jim that this is his favorite part, but he won't be alive to witness it. When the scene shifts, we see Kenny, Ellis, and Fatima basically discussing what happened. She tells them that she saw something and she knows that the parents sacrificed the children, but she doesn't know to who because she couldn't see his face. And this is where she gets a little frustrated, being that, she can't remember. Kenny basically tells Ellis and Fatima to go while he goes and gets Boyd. But by the time he goes halfway into the tunnels, Boyd meets him there and tells him to turn around because they have to leave. But before they leave, Smiley is right there staring down Kenny. And Kenny can't believe it because in season 2, Kenny was there when Smiley was unalived by Boyd. Boyd doesn't see a way out, so he goes to count the bullets because he feels that's their only victory. And shouts out to my boy Real Enigmas and Theories with the 4774 theory. He was definitely spot on with the head count being 47 per Kenny. He counted when Tilly was unalive. Now I can't lie, when I first seen Elgin's eye, I was like,
Damn! Put your glasses back on.
Elgin looks pretty fucked up with his eye injury, almost reminding us of the guy from Jay's vision in season 3, while they were out grabbing food to take back to town. Christy is confused because she wants to know what happened to Elgin's eye, but no one is willing to explain anything at the time. While Christy is attending to Elgin, Sophia is making her way into town with her quote unquote father. Let's remember this because this would be very important down the road. Julie, Ethan, and Victor oversee what's happening, and Victor immediately starts to count like something isn't adding up. We all know that Victor had to see something or remember a certain situation for him to remember anything. Marielle assists Sophia with her injuries, while the dad is still stuck in the car. Sophia basically explains everything. She saw the tree, and that's how she ended up in town. The dad had a seizure, and that's what caused the crash. Marielle goes to see him and basically comes back and tells Boyd she doesn't think what actually happened to him was medical, and explains to Boyd she witnessed Elgin go through the same thing. My theory is maybe the people that has seizures are people that's supposed to play a part in this horrific story. Jade pops up to talk to Tabitha, and basically Tabitha doesn't know how to feel. She doesn't know what's real. Having to save kids that's already dead is a bold statement if these kids are the key home. Tabitha is at a standstill on what her purpose is in Fromland. Boyd sees Acosta and tries to explain what happened to Elgin, but she's like, get the hell out my way. You're not saving anyone. You're all monsters. I've said on so many occasions that Boyd is changing, maybe changing into a man in yellow archetype. And Acosta, low key, just confirmed it for me a little bit. But she isn't feeling anyone for what they've done to Elgin. She feels like torturing Elgin because you had no other way is just a poor excuse. When Christy examines Fatima to make sure she's okay after the Smiley birth, she wants to know what happened and how does Fatima feel. Fatima wants to know what Boyd saw, and actually this is the first time we've seen immediate conversation that needs to happen. Boyd tells all to Donna, Christy, and Ellis. And I don't know why, but I find it sketchy that Henry and Victor are rooming. I don't find it weird or anything because of the inconvenience of the Kavanaugh disappearance, but I just couldn't help but see it in a sketchy way, like they were being sneaky, trying to hide information about it. Boy wants to know everything Fatima saw, but her memory is Daisy. She remembers everything but who the monsters sacrificed their children to. They kind of get frustrated with each other because neither of them has the answers to anything, and they've been through so much. The next time we see Kenny, he's explaining to Sophia she can't call her mom or anyone else because unfortunately they don't have phone lines, and explains how the talismans work to her. The whole time she tried to take the talismans off, which really pissed me off. Once she did that, Kenny should have kept an eye on her. I felt like there was no sleeping around Sophia after that. When we switch back to Boyd, he's telling Donna about the crash, and he explains to her that Sophia looks about 15 or 16. Boyd is breaking slowly but surely. We see it happening in this scene. But Christy explains to him that if he breaks and people see it, they eventually break too. Christy basically puts her foot down about this whole situation. Boyd doesn't know if he's coming or going, and Ellis understands, and he shows him the love a son should show his father when they're breaking. When we reach the climax of the show, we get back to Sophia, and she's awakening her fake dad. She explains to him that he has done his part and thanks him. And here we see a flashback of the man in yellow shapeshifting into Sophia. This is how Sophia was able to get into town, because she knew that the pastor would stop, using him as a pawn in this sick game. And tells him this was her favorite part, because this is when they tear themselves apart. Thank y'all for staying with us. That was just a quick recap, but here is where we say our theories. And I want to know y'all theories too, so make sure y'all drop them down below in the comments. My man in yellow theory is that he can shapeshift into anything. Boy says Sophia looks about 15 or 16. So does that let the audience know that the man in yellow can change into anything he pictures in his mind? Man, woman, dog, maybe even a crow. Who knows? I hope we will see. And also, I do have a theory on Elgin. I think Elgin is playing a very specific part, like the guy in the woods that Jade was having visions of by the red rocks. I think Elgin and him both have similarities with the missing eye, and also drinking blood from the skull, as Elgin was drawing his own blood to give to Fatima. Also, I don't think the man in yellow can enter into the town as his regular form. He has to disguise himself as something or some form of animal to actually get into town. I don't think he can in his regular form. I appreciate y'all for watching this video, and the season has just begun, so make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe, because I will be dropping videos every week about From, down to breakdowns and theories. So if you're feeling the video, make sure you hit that like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.